Alright, what is up guys? Professor Akali here, bringing you episode 2 of the Rank series, One Trick to Challenger. If you guys can see, we'll start off this episode by mentioning that TF chased bot lane all the way to their lane, and I'm pretty much just here CSing. I get 3 CS for free, which against TF is pretty nice because he usually just pushes you in and then harasses you when you're playing Akali. But anyways, we get the free CS. Yeah, he shows up late and then he starts shoving me in. Eventually he pushes me into the tower again. He hits level 2. I'm just farming. I don't want the wave to get into tower, so I just freeze it right outside. I figure he's MIA at this point because he seems pretty insane to chase bot lane the first time, and it looks like he actually is going for a level 2 gank bot. Don't know what else he would be doing, and sure enough, he shows up in the bot lane, and I'm just thinking to myself, what the hell is he doing? He's already missed half of the first wave and now he's bot again. Looks like he failed the gank and he decides to go back to mid. So yeah, I'm just farming, taking a nice little lead. He's pretty screwed once the level 6 comes around. And then he actually goes bot again. It looks like he's ganking bot lane for the 2.5 or third time, whatever you want to call the level 1 play. And sure enough, they actually pick up the first blood. I end up asking Draven, who I'm duoed with, if TF used his summoners, and sure enough he used both of them, Flash and Ignite. So yeah, I start heading over to bot lane. It should be pretty free. Looks like a triple kill right now, but unfortunately it looks like they did have a ward in that river brush. If they didn't, oh my god, I might have actually triple killed at level 2 or level 4 or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I pick up 1 kill. I flash, EQ, Ignite. Definitely need the damage of my E right there to get that kill. But anyways, we use both our summoners for a kill. We know TF has no sums. So yeah, this is pretty much the freest kill ever. I tell Ivern in the chat that TF has no summoners and it's just free gold. So Ivern comes along for the free kill. Start shoving in the wave, and we go back to mid after recalling. We have our revolver now. We're level 7. He's only level 4 after missing so much XP. Go for the trades, and then the level 6 Maokai shows up to gank for the level 4 Twisted Fate. Managed to sidestep that Q. And then I start fighting him. Yeah, unfortunately there was not much to take there. I don't know, Swain kind of wasted his teleport. It's not a really big deal though. So yeah, Twisted Fate ends up going back, and I don't recall. I just hang out mid, start throwing more Qs at Maokai. TF flashes on me and gold cards me, and then I decide, YOLO, let's turn on to this Maokai. Should be pretty free. I think I have enough damage against the level 5 Twisted Fate and level 6 Mao. And sure enough, it works. We kill him with Ignite. We're onto TF now. Passive is healing me up. Looks like it's going to be a double kill. Don't have another jump, and that happens. I probably would have killed him too with my Q, but unfortunately he levels up. He gets his Dangerous Game passive up, heals up, as well as the extra health you get from leveling. So we see TF ult spot, and obviously I roam immediately. I even use my Shroud Blink to get there just a little bit faster. Once again, I'm not really sure if that's worth it, but anyways, let's go on. I end up actually, I don't know if it's even necessary, but I flash jump onto Vayne and E here to kill her, and then I kill TF too. And yeah, my Draven wasn't too happy about that. He had like 600 gold he could collect off his passive. So that's actually the one champion I don't want to end up KSing. But anyways, we take the dragon, we go bot lane. I say, let's dive Zilean before he hits 6, and even Zilean, there's nothing he can do. I mean, he landed a 2-man perfect stun. He runs away, let's see, does he get away though? Looks like there's a Rift Herald, or not a Rift Herald, a Scuttles to jump to, so I jump to it. Ivern flashes and stuns, and he's dead. Pretty free kill. So now we're 6-1 after all this nonsense. But yeah, we end up picking up the Rift Herald. It's really good for Akali, as you guys know. It helps me be able to split push. I can do a 1v3 instead of a 1v2 when I'm fed, especially with my Gunblade. So yeah, we pick up the Rift buff and we go bot lane. Managed to pick up a kill onto this Hecarim, as you can see. And then this happens. Draven definitely made sure he KS'd there. He even told me in the chat. So after all that stuff bot lane happened, I go for the blue buff, and I tell my Ivern, hey Ivern, can I please get blue? And he's like, do you know how this champion works? And I do not. So I'm just like, okay, well, he obviously needs the blue buff, so I just head off to mid. And then he starts spam pinging blue. The person over Discord was telling me, dude, you both get the buff, and I'm like, oh shit. So I jump into the circle, and apparently I didn't even need to go over the wall. So yeah, that happened, and I learned a little bit about how Ivern works. So yeah, then we go back to mid, get ganked by this Hecarim, and do I live with 2 health? You know, it doesn't look like it. But then I flush, and then I jump onto Scuttles. So, you know, maybe, just maybe. And managed to have the red plant up. Ivern hits the perfect stun, and I'm just thinking to myself, do I really want to jump in right here and be that guy who gets away and then gets greedy? So, no, but then I end up being that guy who goes back to top lane and farms with 2 health. But it's all good. There's a team fight near Baron. Ivern picks up a double kill and then a triple kill. You know, I didn't think he had any damage, but apparently he does. So yeah, then we go for the top tower. Seems pretty free after all those people died, you know. And we see Maokai. I see Maokai at least, and I'm thinking free kill. I saw a free kill onto Maokai, and especially after Ivern hit his little thing that lets me dash onto Maokai, I had to go for it. But anyways, it ended up working. We take the top tower after, and then I see Ivern pinging red buff, and I'm like, ooh, we can both get this too, right? So then, sure enough, we both get red buff, and I'm just like, holy shit, this is awesome. Then after getting red buff, I end up going to mid to gank this Azillion, and sure enough, he dies. Hecarim ults onto Swain, and then I end up killing Hecarim too because I'm just that far ahead. It was a pretty free kill, just with all my damage. And then it looks like we're going to try and siege down the mid tower. We go for it, get the passive proc off. Kinda healing up with my passive onto the tower because it does work on towers. And then we end up doing wolves. Some stuff happens on the bot side. I see Vayne here. I'm thinking she's a free kill, ult onto her. And then I actually cancel my auto attack. Vayne gets away. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I shouldn't have turned around. Should have just ran away. At this point, I'm just like, God damn it, what the hell is going on? And I actually die, which is a pretty big tilter right there. I remember being pretty frustrated with how things went down, especially after missing that free one-shot onto Vayne, just because I canceled my auto attack. But anyways, yeah, after all that, I decide I'm going top lane. No one decides to come for me for a while, so I'm just like, alright, it's just Zillion. He's the only one that showed up, so I take the inhib tower. And now it's just a tank and a support, and I'm also still not scared. And then Hecarim shows up, so what do? I wait until the enemy minions run towards my base so I can ult onto them for a potential escape. And then Draven shows up. He's in Discord saying, yo dude, what are you doing? Come back in. And I'm just like, oh god. So then I go for it. We pick up 2. Somehow we kill Hecarim too. It ends up being a 2 for 2, but you know, maybe should have just kept running away, but it doesn't matter. Draven did get his passive off, so it's all good. Anyways, we go back into mid lane. At this point, we're just destroying their base. I get super aggressive, super greedy, pick up the kill without even like using my gunblade, which is a big mistake. But at this point, we're just too far ahead. This game was pretty much a stomp, to be honest. You know, you can even see like Draven doesn't give a fuck. He's just going in, attacking them while they heal through their nexus. But yeah, I think they've had enough fun. I, for some reason, decided to shop even though this game is clearly over. And then we win. It's always good to get a win, but unfortunately the next game didn't turn out so well. So as you can see, I end up suiciding top lane to Jace. That's definitely not good to suicide like that, but maybe I would be able to turn the lane around if the enemies weren't that good. But unfortunately, Jace and Maokai were both in their master promos, so that didn't work out. So my entire team ended up feeding and flaming each other. We ended up opening mid, and we lose. You know, that stuff happens, but it's best to just move on. But anyways, we are mid again against Annie. We ignite her because of Graves ganking. I figured I might as well give Graves some extra damage to work with. Unfortunately, it does not work out, I don't think. So I just go back to pushing mid. And then eventually this happens. Eve flashes on me, makes me have to flash too. Which, you know, she's actually pretty smart in doing that because now I have no flash and Annie can easily just stun me, and I get ganked just like this. And, you know, I try to be a goddamn cocky one-trick. I go for the turn, which made no sense. I could have just lived right there. But not to fear. There is free gold up in the top river. I pick up the kill onto Annie after my Poppy dies to Annie. So it's a 1-for-1 trade, but now I can go farm mid lane. Anyways, we're now 1-1. See Annie overextended. Not sure where Eve is, but I figure, you know, this is a good time to maybe get some harass off. So I jump onto her, back off, and then I realize, hey, I could probably go for more. Pretty much just praying that this isn't a bait and Eve isn't just waiting to kill me. But then I see Graves pings for the tower dive, and I'm like, oh yeah, it should be a pretty free kill. And then, yep, he missed both of his spells, including the easiest ult to hit in the entire game. So yeah, I'm just chasing her down at this point. I flash ult onto her, get her pretty low, and then I execute her with my Q and Thunderlords, thankfully. Oh man, if she got away, I probably would have KMS'd. And then I'm trying to run back. I see Nautilus flanking from top lane, so I figure, oh shit, I better run. So I go into Dragon Pit, don't want to get cut off, just jump over the wall. Figure Nautilus is chasing me through river. And then I go bot lane for some free farm, potentially. I wanted to heal up a little bit first. But then I see Kog'Maw's low health bar, and I see I have a revolver, so I'm like, this should be a pretty free kill. And what do you know? After killing my bot lane, they didn't even have to burn exhaust, so I end up dying. As I even say in the chat, oh, exhaust still. And then I go toward mid. I get ganked by the support in top lane, and you know Morgana's new ult. Apparently they can see me in invisibility. That's a tilter too. Every lane ends up feeding, and we lose again. You know, losing 2 games in a row is never a good thing, but it's not a big deal. We'll just get past it. In this next game, I pink my team to go mid for a counter invade. We see Lee caught out, and we just pick up a free kill. And then Kha'Zix comes to gank Ahri. Ahri burns her flash, which is always good, pretty free. Tell Kha'Zix thank you for that. Then I put a mark onto Ahri, blink onto her to proc Q, Q her again to proc Thunderlords, and I pretty much just go all in. Flash E auto, and that picks up the kill. She had no flash to stop me after all, and then Lee Sin flashes over the wall. And then here I completely failed the Shroud Blink mechanic that cancels out Blitzcrank's hook. Normally if he hits you, you end up canceling out his hook, but he actually didn't even hit me. I Shroud Blinked into his hook, and I end up dying to Lee Sin. Definitely unfortunate. Those 3-man ganks are never any fun. So yeah, end up dying again, and then I go back into mid lane. I'm 1-3, but I'm also Akali. I have some burst, so I just flash ult ignite on her, and then she ends up dying. So now we're 2-3. Things are looking a little bit better. And then I go top lane to roam, and I actually ask Poppy, can we dive? And then Poppy's just like, I guess we'll just go for it without saying anything. Managed to pick up that kill too, so now we're 3-1. I now have a few stacks on Bounty Hunter. Lee Sin also shows up to give me the free kill onto him. But yeah, what was a pretty bad game of me not doing well at all turns into me being 4-3 with a 12-minute Gunblade. I end up getting the blue elixir early because I like the potential snowball you get off of it, and in my situation that I'm split pushing, I do get to make a lot of use out of it onto the towers, as you will see. The blue elixir obviously do a lot of free true damage onto these towers. Go bot lane, pick up a free kill onto Caitlyn, not much to say there, she was just overextended by herself. And then yeah, I managed to pick up this first bot lane tower. So yeah, me and Kha'Zix go for the second bot lane tower. No one comes to stop us from taking the second tower until afterwards, and then Ahri shows up, gets one shot by Kha'Zix, and then yeah, so I figured might as well keep going bot. I mean, I still see most of their team in the mid and top lane. And until I see a reason to stop split pushing, I figure I might as well just keep going. I have the blue elixir still. I'm doing 50 true damage on each auto attack to the tower. And at this point, I'm just like, I might as well finish it off. And even after the minions die, I figure I might as well just finish it off before the enemy team comes. But for some reason, I stopped doing the same amount of damage to the tower. And Caitlyn actually ends up killing me. And I'm just like, dude, FML. But you know, I figure I'll just go back for it later. And then here I see Lee Sin going for my control ward, and I figure, no way, dude, that's a free kill. AD Lee Sin early mid game, no chance. Pick up that free gold, and then I go to ward while I'm split pushing bot lane, and I get another free kill onto Lee Sin. and then I go to finish off the bot lane inhib turret, and I end up actually blinking to get the tower down, but it turned out to be a pretty sick blink. I managed to perfectly jump over Ahri's charm. I proceed onto the inhib, Lee Sin shows up, so I flash the opposite way because I didn't want him to kick me into his tower, but it turns out even though he's level 9, he does a ton of damage, and I actually end up dying there. I thought I was being pretty clever too by flashing, but apparently not clever enough. I actually did have my gunblade up there too, which is pretty tilting because I think I would have killed him with all that raw damage early on. And then here my Blade of the Ruined King Poppy decides, you know, this is a good time to go in. The Akali that has 8 out of 13 kills isn't here, so we might as well go for a tower dive. Didn't work out, obviously. Actually tilted me a bit. Then I see Lee Sin caught out away from all of his team, so I decided to go for him. See, it was pretty free. But then I must have gone crazy from the tilt because I go in for a 1v4 play like a complete moron, so that didn't work. But then this works. I jump onto the Ahri, pick up a free kill, and then I proceed to go to the bot lane. So after picking up that kill, I go to Wolves, it gets smited from Lee Sin, not a big deal. Then I look for the fight onto the bot lane. I see that Nasus is Nasus. I know Nasus is Nasus, you know, but it's only 24 minutes in, and I figured I would be able to maybe kill him after wearing him down. It didn't work out. I end up dying. A lot of deaths happen, and fortunately though, my bot lane kites the enemy Nasus and Blitzcrank really, really well, and we somehow end up killing them all. I was actually really impressed with this Jhin because I did not think there was any chance we end up coming out ahead on that trade. And I even tell him, like, dude, that's some dank kiting mechanics right there. Good job, dude. But yeah, and then afterwards I head back to bot lane. I see Nasus, unfortunately, is defending their base, so I can't go for some cheeky final play to destroy their base. I see a line of Caitlyn traps, and I think to myself, I'm going to show these guys how good I am by hopping right over this line of traps. Yeah, it didn't work out. I actually end up dying 1 for 1, losing my GA too, so not worth for sure. Oh well. Go to blue, pick that up, and then I head to the mid lane. See that Blitzcrank and Ahri are there. I think I can pick up a free kill onto Ahri, and then I see Lee too, so I start backing out. Or do I? Yes, I do. And then Kha'Zix ends up calling to do Baron, which I figured was actually a pretty good idea. Kha'Zix does a ton of damage to Baron, I do a ton of damage to Baron, and Zyra's plants are also so great for doing Baron. So yeah, we pick up Baron, and I try to go into Ahri over the wall, but she flashes away. Some people die, some stuff happens, and this is where things get really interesting. We're a few minutes forward now, a lot of single kills, a lot of single deaths, didn't really need to show it. But yeah, we're into late game, Baron actually comes up again, nothing had happened. I get hooked, and somehow actually manage to live. I just walk away with like 2 health, Jin's a real bro, tanks that Caitlyn ult, and yeah, I'm low now. But I'm thinking I might be able to just go bot lane. I know Nasus is going to teleport to Baron to stop us. And yeah, sure enough, he does. I'm panicking to get to bot lane. I want to destroy their whole base while they're all at Baron. So I get to their base. I start destroying it. Full AP build. I have a ton of AP and my passive is just going to town. Blitzcrank shows up. Nasus shows up. I manage to dodge Blitz hook. And then, yeah, I'm really low under my shroud, just thinking, what the hell do I do? There's no good minions to jump to, so I jump onto a random one, heal off a minion by auto-attacking, and then I get the Nexus to 1 HP. Poppy teleports, she's not close enough. I'm spamming in the chat, and we end up getting the win. Had Poppy not got that kill before her GA popped, I think Blitzcrank might have been able to get the perfect hook. This is high elo after all, and maybe Poppy wouldn't have ended up winning us the game and we might have ended up losing. So that was an insane game. Anyways guys, that is going to end this video. I actually have the footage for episode 3 already, and that is going to be an amazing one. I also did try out a new editing method, so if you guys liked it more than episode 1, please let me know. If you think I should go back to episode 1 style of editing and just write out a script beforehand, please let me know. Just either way, any feedback would be much appreciated. We are pretty early into the series. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Please click the like button if you liked it, and I will see you all in another video. Thanks for watching.